let's take a trip into the world of one of DC's most underrated baddies, Giganta. Now, if we're going to do justice to this towering villain, we need to start by unraveling the enigma that she is. Giganta begins her tale as a preternaturally strong gorilla. Through some advanced tech, our mighty primate undergoes a transformation of gigantic proportions, turning into a hulking red-haired human woman. When it comes to the hierarchy of DC villains, Giganta may not be hailed as a heavyweight contender like Lex Luthor or the Joker, but trust me, once you dive deep into the abilities this colossal villain possesses, you'll find yourself reconsidering your stance. And that's exactly what we're about to do in this not-so-gigantic video. Let's get cracking! Before we go into our explanation, we have a very small request. If you like our content, please support us by subscribing to our channel. This is a small click for you, but for us it means a lot. Thank you, and let's begin. Who is Giganta? How does she get her power? Originally, she was just a female gorilla minding her own business in the jungle, but fate had other plans. She found herself at the center of a hair-raising experiment that mutated her into a full-fledged human. Giganta's story took another twist when she was given a fabulous makeover. Instead of the gorilla origin, she was reimagined as a brilliant scientist battling a rare blood disease. Desperate to find a cure, she turned to the world of experimentation, leading to the discovery of her astonishing size-shifting powers. Once Giganta mastered her remarkable powers, she set her sights on none other than Wonder Woman. With size-shifting abilities that would make even Ant-Man envious, Giganta became a super-villainess, hell-bent on destroying the beloved Amazonian warrior. But that's not all that grows in Giganta's abilities. As she magnifies her size, her mass increases as well, granting her a boost in strength and durability. She's not just big, she's big and beefed up. Talk about packing a punch that would make the Hulk blush. When she first burst onto the scene, Giganta rocked a primal savage look with a leopard skin attire. Fierce and ferocious, she embodied the untamed wildness. However, as time went on, this mighty villainess underwent a transformation not just in powers, but in style too. She evolved into a refined and dangerous criminal, maintaining her lethal edge while exuding a touch of sophistication. How tall can Giganta grow? Giganta is one character that has proven that size does matter. This towering titan has a power that would make even the Incredible Hulk green with envy. We're talking about the size-altering ability that takes her from a modest 6'6" to heights that will make your jaw drop. When Giganta expands her proportions, she not only grows in size, but also in raw strength. Brace yourselves, because this formidable villainess has come dangerously close to squishing Wonder Woman like a bug on more than one occasion. Now, let's crunch some numbers because things are about to get massive. Picture a regular woman blown up to a whopping 50 feet tall. The weight she carries would make even the most dedicated gym goer break a sweat. We're talking a mind-blowing 50 tons or a staggering 100,000 pounds. That's the equivalent of 40 mid-sized cars or 100 grand pianos. We're talking serious heftier, people. We're just getting started. When Giganta takes it up a notch and reaches a height of 100 feet, her weight skyrockets to a mind-boggling 400 tons. Wrap your minds around that for a second. We're talking about the weight of 2.5 two-bedroom houses or a whopping 550 cows. That's enough beef to fill a barnyard. Giganta's maximum height is said to reach several hundred feet. While we don't have an exact measurement, one source estimates a staggering 250 feet. Just imagine a towering figure as tall as a 25-story building. At that height, Giganta would weigh over 6,000 tons. That's heavier than 75 space shuttles or a mind-blowing 2,000 giraffes. We're talking Godzilla-level proportions here. It's clear that when it comes to Giganta, bigger is definitely better. With her ability to grow to astounding heights, she becomes an unstoppable force. Vampires can't bite through her skin. Let's talk about Giganta's incredible size-altering powers and the surprising perks that come with them. As you know by now, Giganta not only buffs up in mere size, but also in strength, durability, and body mass, all proportionate to her size. This also includes the toughness of her skin. This is evident in the number 14 issue of Trinity of Sin Pandora comic. Giganta and Kincaid find themselves at an elevator shaft, ears filled with the spine-chilling sounds of vampires desperately clawing their way to freedom. But here's the kicker. As they look down, a shocking sight meets their eyes. A colossal spider's web filling the entire shaft. Kincaid and Giganta brace themselves for battle. They're suddenly besieged by a horde of spider-vampire hybrids. It's a chaotic clash of titans, and let me tell you, the fight is nothing short of brutal. The fearless shade agent Kincaid unleashes her best moves, giving those creepy critters a run for their money. But amidst the chaos, Giganta emerges as the true standout. With ease and finesse, she tosses those hybrids around like ragdolls, making it clear that her size isn't the only thing that's frightening. But here's the best part. Those biting evils can't even penetrate her skin. That's right, one of the vampire creatures admits defeat, acknowledging that Giganta's skin is utterly impervious to their fangs. So there you have it, my fellow nerds. Giganta's immense size is just the tip of the iceberg. Her strength and mass increase proportionally with her towering stature, giving her many abilities, one for sure being vampire. She has the ability of Sonic Cry. Did you know Giganta's powers also hit a high note? Get ready for the Sonic Cry, a sonic attack that will rattle your eardrums and shatter everything in its path. This power-packed ability is no joke, and it's showcased in all its glory in the number 12 issue of the Trinity of Sin Pandora's comic. Vandal Savage, the tough cookie that he is, finds himself locked in a fierce battle with Pandora and Kincaid. These heroes throw everything they've got at him, but this guy just won't stay down. No weapon or spell seems to have the mojo to keep him in check or deliver that knockout punch. But here comes Giganta, unleashing a sonic cry that will make your ears ring and your jaw drop. This powerful vocal assault is like a bomb going off, capable of damaging and stunning opponents and objects alike. We're talking shattered glass, crumbling buildings, and a force that brings the fight to a screeching halt. As Giganta lets out her deafening cry, the battle freezes in its tracks. It's as if time itself hits the pause button and all eyes turn to the colossal villainess. Remember what we talked about earlier, Giganta's strength increasing along with her size? Well, turns out the same applies to her voice. With Savage left stunned and disoriented, Giganta seizes the moment. She effortlessly scoops him up and sends him soaring into the sky like a ragdoll caught in a tornado. Is she immune to any physical damage? While she may not possess superhuman strength and durability in her regular form, don't be fooled. This feisty villainess has got some serious combat skills up her sleeve, and when she grows to towering heights, she becomes an unstoppable force that even the mightiest heroes struggle to contend with. Get this, Giganta, even without reaching her maximum height, has shown the strength to overpower the likes of Wonder Woman, Wonder Girl, and Power Girl with a single hand. With bone-crushing might, she leaves her opponents squirming in her virtually inescapable clutches. No wonder she's known as one of the strongest beings in the entire DC universe. Even her suit is tailor-made to grow along with her, enhancing her invulnerability. Even at her normal size, Giganta's suit is bulletproof and can withstand extreme temperatures. It's like having a personal shield that keeps her safe from harm. Unlike our beloved Wonder Woman, who needs to rely on her bracelets for bullet protection, Giganta is bulletproof as a giant. She's basically a walking fortress. Giganta has a genius level of intellect. This towering villainess is not just brawn and size, but she's got brains to match. Giganta is not just a brilliant fighter, but a genius in her own right. That's right, she possesses a level of intellect that could rival the greatest minds in the DC universe. So don't let her towering presence fool you. She's not just about smashing and bashing, she's got a brain that's firing on all cylinders. The evidence lies in Giganta's early life. Dr. Doris Zuul, known as Giganta, was afflicted by a fatal blood disease, but instead of accepting her fate, this savvy scientist took matters into her own hands. She hatched a daring plan to save herself by transferring her life essence into the body of Wonder Woman herself. Unfortunately for Zuul, her experiment hit a speed bump when Wonder Girl intervened, disrupting the process. However, this genius managed to store her essence in the transference machine's buffer module. Quick thinking, right? And to top it all off, her trusty assistant placed her essence into the body of a test animal, an unsuspecting gorilla named Giganta. Her genius-level intellect shines through her ability to plan and execute such a daring and unconventional procedure, even in the face of odds. Does Giganta become less brilliant the more she grows? That sounds provoking, doesn't it? A scientist with superpowers loses her intellect. Like, seriously? Well, the answer is yes and no. Yes, because in the early days, as she grew in size, Giganta's brainpower took a bit of a backseat. She became more brutish and prone to violence, trading in her smarts for sheer brawn. However, in more recent times, it seems that Giganta has transcended those limitations and now retains her full intelligence at any size. She's gone from being a towering brute to a brainy behemoth. This colossal villainess has not only grown in physical stature, but she's leveled up her mental game as well. Does she have any love interests? Can she reproduce? In the year 1966, an alternate version of Giganta was presented. Under the hypnotic influence of the evil Dr. Psycho, this gorilla named Giganta finds herself head over heels for good old Steve Trevor. Wonder Woman comes to the rescue because that's what she does best. She defeats Giganta, putting an end to this peculiar gorilla romance. But hold your horses, because the story takes a turn. Driven by his twisted desires, Dr. Psycho seizes the opportunity to use an evolution ray on Giganta. And voila! Giganta undergoes a jaw-dropping transformation, turning into a blonde woman who still has her eyes on Steve Trevor. Talk about commitment. Now let's address the elephant in the room. Giganta, in her new human form, retains all the desires and tendencies of a regular person. That means she's not just looking for love, she's also fully capable of having romantic relations. While the comic books don't explicitly mention Giganta having children, it's safe to assume that she's fully capable of reproduction. Who knows? Maybe there's a line of super strong, super sized offspring out there ready to take the world by storm. Giganta's legacy could be bigger than we ever imagined. Is she immortal? In the story of Deceased Issue 4, the battle between heroes and the anti-life equation finally reaches its climax. The heroes, gathered on the rooftop of the Daily Planet, are calling for reinforcements to join their epic fight. But before the backup arrives, trouble strikes in the form of Giganta. She is infected by the equation's corrupting power and hovers over the rooftop like a gigantic threat. Then, in a moment of brilliance, Cyborg steps up to the plate. An explosion rocks the scene. His powerful blast has torn a massive hole through Giganta's head, sending her brain matter splattering across the ground. It's moments like these that remind us just how mortal even the mightiest villains can be. Giganta, for all her size and strength, falls victims to the unstoppable force of heroism. Marvelous verdict. In the vast and colorful universe of comic books, Giganta stands tall as a formidable and fascinating character. Though often overlooked in favor of iconic villains, Giganta possesses immense strength, durability, and a range of abilities that rival even the mightiest of heroes. Whether she's effortlessly tossing opponents around, shattering glass with her thunderous sonic cry, or showcasing her genius-level intellect, Giganta leaves a gigantic impression on us. Hope you enjoyed this one. See you fellas in the next video. Till then, stay marvelous. And if you liked our content, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to us if you haven't already. Have a good one and be safe. Thanks everyone.
And better.